Today I will be talking about power, why it is sought out by so many people, the lengths people are willing to take to reach it, and once it is reached, how it is often abused. I personally have always been interested in history, government, and politics, so when it came time to pick a topic, the choice was very simple. I wanted to learn more about the psychological reasoning behind why people abuse power. The first book I explored was The Plot Against America by Philip Roth. This book takes place in New York City in the 1940s and is perceived from Philip Roth as a child, and it's about if a Nazi basically were elected as president. I believe Philip Roth wrote this book to show Americans what it would actually be like if we took part in the Holocaust and killed millions of innocent people. This book also portrays how there can still be abuse of power in a democratic government. I also read Animal Farm by George Orwell. This book exemplifies the pros and cons of communism, how equality for all is important, but communism is not necessarily the best way to go about it. It also shows us that power can get to our heads. Orwell has stressed through this book that communism is good on paper, but in real life it usually never works out. Also, on the cover of his book, he said, "All animals are created equal, but some animals are more equal than others." That sheds light on his feeling to communism. The main similarity between these books is the common theme of the abuse of power. They both provide examples of how and why the abuse of power happens and its effects on the people. Though these books have a common theme, The Plot Against America was from the point of view of the victim, which made it more emotional. And then Animal Farm was from an outside perspective, looking in, so it was more less emotional. And then I personally have found that people just want to be remembered after their lives. They want to have an impact on the world that will remain long after their passing. This perspective was justified through reading these two books. In conclusion, through this whole perspective, I gained further understanding of the abuse of power in literature. I learned that wanting power is human nature and inevitable. I really enjoyed reading both books and plan on expanding my knowledge of the topic.